This is perfect for the Calgary Flames. The Athletic has recently revealed all 32 goalie situations for each team in the National Hockey League, and Flames fans will be very happy to see where our team landed. We're going to dive into the article and see just how perfect this is for the future of the Calgary Flames. But before we get into that, I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I am Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. I just have to say, throughout this summer, you guys have been so amazing. Last day of July, I know the summer's going by so fast, but I just really want to say a big thank you for all the support throughout this month and all the months of the channel's existence. I really do love you guys. You guys are amazing, and I don't tell you enough. Now let's dive into what we all came here for and talk about some hockey and talk about these goalie rankings. If you are an OG and you remember slapping the baseboards, you'll know a power rankings. Oh, baby, what a blast of nostalgia that is. We won't be going over all 32 NHL teams in this video. We'll mostly just focus, of course, on the Calgary Flames, but it is pretty big here. The Athletic, they have been releasing, I believe they've gone by 10s, or the first installment might have been 12 teams, but they've been going from the bottom up, and the Flames weren't in the first couple articles that they showed, which means the Flames ended up landing pretty high on this goalie situation list. Now, if we get into the article here, ranking each NHL team's current and future goaltending outlook, Part 3, the top 10. Like I said before, this comes from The Athletic, so it is their NHL staff, and it's crazy to say that the Flames are in the top 10 goalie situation right now, even though we just traded away Jacob Markstrom. And I know a lot of people will say, how is that even possible? We'll let the article do some talking for itself. So here's credit where credit is due. It's by Jesse Granger, Sean McIndoe, and Scott Wheeler. We have a lot of content from Scott Wheeler and these guys as well. So we've made it to the third and final part of our attempt to answer one question for each of the 32 NHL teams. How good should they feel about their goaltending, both for right now and looking into the future? And it's based off of three kind of pieces of criteria. So for each category, teams were ranked from 1 to 32. Those scores were then weighted, with current goaltending getting a 1.0 weight, while future prospects was given 0.75 to recognize the difficulty in peering too far into the future. And we, as Flames fans, are looking into the future, obviously. Cap and contracts was weighted at 0.5, as it's important, but history shows us that there are ways to wiggle out of bad deals, although it may be painful. And oh baby, have we seen some bad deals for goaltenders in the recent, honestly, my lifetime. I mean, obviously, no one's going to get worse than Rick DiPietro, but the Flames haven't had terrible goalie contracts in a way. They've just had terrible goalies. But either way, right now weighs the most. The future gets next, and then the caps and contracts are after that. And you already know that the Flames are more so a future team. So, drum roll, please. Let's get into where the Flames landed on this list. They got 5th. The 5th best goalie situation, but it wasn't thanks to the current situation, as ranked 1 to 32 from all the NHL teams this season, they got 20th. So, Dustin Wolf is one of the best young goalies in the world at the moment. His edge work is on another level, allowing him to glide around the crease like few can. He hasn't shown particularly well in limited action in the NHL, but should get much more opportunity with Markstrom moving on. So our current situation isn't as good as most teams in the NHL, whether they already have an established amazing goalie or they have, a mediocre goalie, but a mediocre backup, but at least one that has proven they can play at the NHL level. So 20th, not too bad, but we obviously didn't get to 5th overall by ranking 20th in our current situation. So where did our bread and butter come from? What is our forte? Well, it's looking at the future. We do this a lot as Flames fans right now, but here we go. Wolf is one of my favorite prospects in the sport at any position, and I believe he's going to take the Flames net and run with it toward an excellent NHL career starting next season. Penn State transfer Arseny Sergeyev is a B-grade prospect as well, and recent Russian draft picks Yegorov and Kirill Zarubin are both long-term dice rolls. And they really are. Kirill Zarubin, we have heard some really good things about him. And Sergeyev, that's the first time I've seen it spelled like that, but either way, he is also apparently supposed to be really good. We'll see about Yegorov. I mean, he's got a really cool name, but we'll see if he actually ends up making it to the NHL level. We'll just have to see. But either way, all of our stock in goaltenders is for the future right now. In no way is that throwing shade at Vladar. In no way is that throwing shade at even Wolf or Cooley. But honestly, our stock for goalies is within the future, mostly within Wolf right now, but who knows how the other prospects could develop. Our future is the third best in the league, according to the athletic staff, when you are looking at goaltenders. That is super, super exciting and is just perfect for the Flames. We don't care how good we are for the current. I think most Flames fans wouldn't mind if we're picking pretty high next draft and even maybe the draft after. So we are looking more towards the future. When the new arena is open, when we're ready to contend, it's exciting times. This is perfect for the Flames. But where do we rank in the last category? Still, you know, a third, a 20th wouldn't net you 5th place. So where were we for that last category? Well, in terms of cap, we finished 5th in the league. So the duo of Wolf and Dan Vladar will be cheap and the books are clean for the future. I agree with that. They're cheap for right now. We'll have to see how well Wolf does end up playing because his next contract will be cheap, but we'll see after that. They lose a few points for having to eat almost $2 million on Markstrom for each of the next 2 seasons. But even that shouldn't hurt much given what looks a lot like a rebuild. And it's true. The $2 million for Markstrom really is nothing for the team that has the second most cap space in the NHL right now. So the bottom line, you never know with young goalies, but Scott and Jesse both think the Flames really have something with Wolf. We want to believe we have something with Wolf as well. We are putting so much hope and aspiration into this young boy, and honestly, he really has been the real deal at every level. The NHL, it might be a little sticky, you know, with how shaky our D-core might be over the next couple seasons, how bad we might be, but I have no doubt in my mind he can adapt and be the goalie we need him to be for the future. This is super exciting. It really is perfect for the Flames. What a great goalie situation we have if you look at in terms of the future. And I know a lot of that is just hoping, but come on, we need something. Hope is what keeps us going. Now let's do a quick arena update. It's been, you know, about a week, about a week since the arena kind of started undergoing some construction, I suppose. So here's a little update from Jordan here. He said, how much work has been done in the week since Calgary's Scotia Place was officially announced? Well, the answer is quite a bit. What was a paved parking lot for the unveiling is now a construction zone. Major excavation for the new home of the Flames is set to start in September, which actually is pretty soon now. That's only a couple months away. Really, it's just the month of August away. So very exciting. You know, that parking lot, it did serve its purpose. It'll be interesting for people who parked there to go to Flames games at the Dome. It'll be an interesting situation for fans going to games over the next few seasons while they still are at the Dome. But either way, you know, it's very exciting that already we're seeing the work is being done. So if there was anyone that was somehow still skeptical about if this arena deal truly was going to happen, here you go. It's happening. They're doing this for Scotia Place, not for anything else. It is super, super exciting times. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, everyone's favorite part of the day. And this one has to do with the last video, which also kind of looked at the goaltending situation a bit. This was more so a ranking. The last video is kind of talking more about each goalie we kind of have and who would take the reins. And I like this comment here from our recurring comment of the day, or Mr. Tater Nuts from down in Atlanta. He says, I really have faith in Vladar. I think last year he was injured and that's why he had an off year. Of course, he's had his surgery, will recover and should hopefully be healthy. I think this year he's going to be pretty damn good, and we sure hope he is good in the sense that he'll put up maybe better numbers than last year, but again, the Flames aren't really expected to be all that good, so they might not be the most flashy numbers, but who knows? Never say never. He could end up winning the Vezina next year. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.